Andre, we did it.
We did it.
Well, did you do it? Because I did it.
Did you, though?
I did it.
Did you?
I finished the weekend with more money than I started the weekend.
Let's go. Okay. I'm pending some results, but yes, I am already over. But really, it's all thanks to our good friends at DraftKings Sportsbook, the presenting sponsor of this beautiful show. Without them, I had Ball State, but I parlayed them with USC. Didn't work out. I had Oklahoma in the spread, but I also parlayed that with the over. Didn't work out. Luckily, the good people at DraftKings come through with a plus 100 on the money line for Clemson. Hammered it. Our guy, Justin Michael, in the Bets Slack channel comes through with, it's basically a lock to take the odds boost at DraftKings for Bama, Notre Dame, Clemson, and Ohio State, all to make the playoffs. Hammered that. I mean, talked it through, but really hammered it. That
biggest bet you ever made?
Yeah, that was. Yeah, that was good stuff. I enjoyed that very much.
Sweating a little bit on Ohio State.
I was, and though got a 50% profit boost from the good folks at right? Was it just a 50?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's the 200% we're getting into. Got the 50%er, put that live line on Ohio State at -6.5. Mercifully, that hit because, but again, went a little heavy in on that. So that all worked out. And then my stupid NFL parlay doesn't work out, though my upset hits. Good job by me. My prop hits, Jets over 12.5. Easiest prop on the slate. That hit like into the first quarter. Easy breezy. And now I'm alive in a parlay you and I have talked about before. We hadn't talked about it in a while. We get to Sunday morning without having chatted, and we did the same exact thing.
So I text Andre early in the morning. I'm feeling trigger shy today. And before he responds, I'm just like diving through the slate, trying to find what can entice me.
Yep.
So, our guy, Zach, in the comments here, who just said he loves this show. Thank you, Zach. Taught us about the old homemade teaser. And so I go into all these big underdogs, and I start just buying up the spread as high as I possibly can. So I've got like Jags plus 25.5 and like all the, and so I screenshot it before I punch it in, and I send it to Dre. And I kid you not, as the bar is going to send it, Dre sends me another one and says, "Me too," as in he's sugar shy. And that's why I did this. He had done the exact same thing. I was like, wow, we are kindred spirits.
Truly. Was yours an 8-legger as well?
No, mine was only 6. And it lost by a half point thanks to the Jags, who lost by 26 when I had them plus 25.5.
Stupid Jags. That really stinks. No, and mine hit a lot of tighter ones. Like for a bit, I didn't think the Saints plus 15.5 was gonna hit. That had me scared.
Yeah, that ended up being cheese.
Yeah,
but in a weird way.
In a really weird way.
Because we said it all week. Hate everything about Saints plus 3. Yeah. It even moved to 3.5 at one point while we were talking about it. It did drop all the way to 2.5. So if you got that, good for you.
R.I.P.
Or bad for you.
Yeah. Right.
But we just knew. We knew it was cheese. And it ended up being, a very not sharp cheddar.
Yeah.
Because it pushed, but it was cheese. It was cheese nonetheless. I mean, that's the type of bet where you didn't care if it was 3 or 3.5. You were going in like 4 units if you didn't know it was cheese.
Yeah, that's for sure. And really, it all comes down to that one safety.
Yep.
Chiefs bettors will tell you, well, if not for that safety, I was on the right side the entire game. You're not wrong.
There's some dude out there who's like not wearing gloves or has any swag at all, who's just absolutely destroying Eric Fisher.
Yeah, Trey Hendrickson.
That kind of stuff only happens in cheese games.
It's true.
That guy literally, all he did was just put on his jersey and his pants.
And Drew Brees was just awful.
Yeah, he was. That should have been actually a win for.
If they didn't have the 32nd best starting quarterback in the NFL, they win. Maybe, but I mean.
All right, here's my path to. I'll go quickly. My path to a profitable weekend. Started on Friday night. I tried to give it out. You said you're crazy if you bet on preseason basketball.
Yep.
Well, the Nuggets won by 40. And so I wasn't crazy. That got me hot. Started hot. Nice. Clemson with the plus 100. That was easy money. I almost hedged that. And then I was like, no, I'm not going to do that.
No.
Then I had a nice little 4-way parlay. Parlays have, I'm glad I'm free from the shackle of parlays.
They're back to hitting, folks.
But I'm learning how to build a hittable parlay.
Yes.
And that's an important skill. So I did a 4-way. I got a 50% profit boost on Saturday when you wake up. When you're at DraftKings Sportsbook, you just wake up with prizes.
Yeah.
So I got that 50% profit boost. 4-way, all favorites parlay, money line. Oklahoma, Ohio State, Texas A&M, Utah. Utah scared the hell out of me. But I hit that. That was big. Then I lost early on the Sunday slate. My lock of the week, Cardinals -6, hits by a point. And then I finished it off with a nice little no sweat parlay. Browns in the under last night. Easy breezy. Love to see it.
Browns offense has hit another gear. Giants
with the quarterback.
Really underwhelming.
Baker Mayfield.
Really underwhelming. Yeah. Who's like 25. Let us not forget.
He's awesome.
Was drafted when he was 23. So.
All right.
Crazy.
So now we move on into tonight. And we've got a terrible.
Yeah.
Awful. Truly. No good. Very bad Monday Night Football matchup.
I mean, Thursday night worthy. Tuesday night worthy.
Yeah, this is
Maction worthy.
Move it to Tuesday night.
So I got a 200 profit boost. I'm still alive in this 8-leg.
I'm sorry. My super teaser.
Right.
That's what we're gonna call those. Super teasers.
Super teaser.
Yeah. I had a 10% profit boost on Sunday. You got a 200%.
I hit the big time. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I hit the jackpot there. Yeah.
So you put together an 8-way.
8-way. Cowboys plus 17.5. Texans plus 20.5. Jets plus 29.5. Saints plus 15.5. Eagles plus 19.5. Giants plus 20.5. That got really close on the Browns' final possession.
Really dicey.
Incredibly dicey. I'm probably the only person in America hoping the Browns don't score a meaningless touchdown.
Yep.
And then Washington football team plus 20.5. That would have been just plus 268.
Still nice.
Very nice. But with that profit boost, plus 624.
That's unbelievable.
So do I middle this? Do I hedge?
So you just tell me the number.
I need the Bengals plus 28.5. 28.5. They've lost one game all year by more than that. It was against the Ravens. It was by like 36. And the Ravens are the worst in doing this. When these two teams played earlier in the year, the Steelers won by 26. So close. And the Steelers have only beaten one team by more than this. And I forget who that was.
What's the number if you go Steelers minus 28?
Yes. So that's what I was looking at. Because the best I can get is Steelers plus 28.5. Which, like, what's that guarantee? A push? Oh, come on.
You mean minus?
Yeah, minus.
Yeah.
Oh, my app's frozen.
But you can get a little extra juice if you just do the 28, obviously. If they win by 29.
Well, I was thinking, like, what about a plus, like, or taking them at, like, minus 24?
And just opening up a little middling opportunity.
Yeah. Hoping to get in that sweet zone.
What's the downside here? I guess you're just giving up a little bit of juice.
Yeah. Okay, so, like, Steelers minus 28.5, I can get that at plus 450.
So you have a huge hedge opportunity.
But 28.5 isn't the play, right?
You think
because then I'm in no man land.
Well, you're in all man's land. No matter what happens, you win.
Right. So that's dumb. Yeah.
I do like the gambler's choice on this. Open up a little window for the double win.
Yeah. I think that's the way to go here.
So what's the number?
Well, I think plus 295 at minus 24.5. Is that where I settle?
What is it?
Minus 24.5. I got it at plus 295.
I'd kind of like to keep that hook if we're going for a middling situation.
Okay.
24, that's a pretty common.
Yeah, no,
blowout.
24 is a good football number.
31-7.
Yeah. Okay. I'm down.
So you're guaranteeing yourself what? At least
10 units, basically. 9.
Okay.
Netting 9. And I'm
And your
essentially
max-
I'm in for 6 with these two combined. And in the end of the day, I'll get $1.50 now if both hit. Or I'm sorry. Forget what I just said, folks. And then, yeah, if both hits, that doubles up. So this is an interesting hedge here.
Oh, man, that would be incredible. I'll be pulling real hard for
That'd
this
be
middle.
nice. That'd be nice.
All right.
Okay.
Max here in the comments says, highlight of my weekend, 12-game parlay, won every bet, lost because of Rams money line to the Jets. This means you haven't watched this show enough because Andre is the king of just throwing in something else on the parlay that seems automatic and losing the parlay because of it.
It's true. I mean, the ones that are the minus 500s are always the
And
ones
what do
that
they give
I gotta
you?
say though, Max is a loyal watcher.
I mean, I
Max
know
knows.
he is. I'm just
Max
saying I
knows.
don't think he's learned from Andre.
I mean, it's hard to learn.
It's
These are
never
lessons that are
worth
tough to,
The extra, plus 50, plus 100 that you get,
if that.
if that, out of just throwing something else on there. It's never worth it. The horror stories are just, they're too...
You know, the Jets destroyed pick'ems across the country.
You love to see it.
People who saved the Rams for this week and then got obliterated.
The
Oh,
Jets-
Max says, Dre, crying face. I didn't listen, bro.
well, I'm sorry.
Uh,
That sucks.
And-
Oh, go ahead.
Well, Lindsay's talking about the game. Are you guys ready to transition into some
Yeah, we
Monday
can
Night
talk
Football?
about the game. I mean, we've
Zach-
been talking about the game. We don't want them to get blown out. That's what we
Zach
care
did
about.
say Broncos over 20.5 this weekend was tough.
Yeah.
It's not great. It's not great.
That was a
Lin-
rough game to watch.
So Lindsay
That was
wants to know
terrible.
who's your TD first scorer tonight for the primetime prop.
Why does everyone like this pet so much?
That's
I don't
all
know,
people
Lindsay,
care
but I
about.
lost some money last time doing this, so I'm done.
If I had to choose, I would choose Chase Claypool.
So what's nice is this is one of those games where you can heavily lean on a Steelers player because the Bengals aren't going to concern you very much with Ryan Finley. You don't have to worry too much about the running backs in this game because the Steeler running back's very bad. Claypool's a good choice. Juju's a good choice.
I'm just thinking Claypool,
You know-
little red zone fade.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. I mean, I forget what AJ would call prospects who just had the worst hands on our draft podcast, but Eric Ebron fits that category. At the same
Stonehands?
time, if old Stonehands catches one, that could be it. You know, they target him in the red zone a bunch. Ebron, he just
Yeah.
stinks. He's
Yeah, they do.
terrible at football. A horrible football player, that Eric Ebron.
I'm really glad you middled this. I think this is going
Thanks,
to be
good time, right?
an absolute blowout.
It feels like such a get-right game for the Steelers. You've lost 2 in a row. Oh, Ryan Finley's coming to town? Everyone's looking at each other in the huddle like, we got to blow the doors off.
Ryan
this kid.
Finley, only 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
He's so irrelevant that I thought he was Ryan Lindley, who was drafted in 2012.
That's a shame.
So Andrew is saying Ryan Finley over 9.5 rushing yards tonight, folks.
Tell me your Ryan Finley story.
Oh.
Worst interview I've ever had. I'm not like you who's interviewed like thousands of people and like years of your life you're interviewing like 5 people a day. I've probably interviewed, 100 or so. And he stands out. There are a handful that stand out as very positive. He stands out above the rest as the most negative, condescending POS I have ever talked to. It was after that one game where we couldn't see the indoor practice.
Senior Bowl practice 2.
Yep.
Of the Drew Lock Senior Bowl.
Right. There's like a tornado or something, so they have to practice indoors. There's no room for media to be in. So aside from maybe like Mayock and Todd McShay, no media were allowed in this place. And I'm trying to get anything from him. Mm-hmm. And he's giving me nothing with a smirk on his face, trying to big time me. A real non-class act, Ryan Finley, and you're garbage on the field too. So I don't know why you had to act that way.
Yeah,
a little humility if you're going to be a trash player would go a long way.
Yeah. That just reminded me.
I have zero belief in him.
I remember this is going to be, people are not going to like this.
Oh, no.
I remember we talked to Drew Lock every day at that Senior Bowl, but I remember after the first practice, he said, my goal for tomorrow is to not throw any interceptions. And then I remember when he came back from that practice, I asked him, hey, so did you hit your goal? And he was, well, we were close.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh.
Austin is asking, is the cheese the Steelers spread, or do you take it?
I don't think there's cheese here. You know what I am going to do, though? I'm going to sell a point. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose because they only win by 14.
If there were cheese, it has to be on this Bengals side.
Like you're thinking like 15 points.
Yeah. No, this is like a classic like, oh, man, in the NFL in December, primetime division game.
I could break my own rule to bet on the Steelers.
I shouldn't be, this is climbed to 15. It was 13.
That's what I'm saying. I got to sell a point to get it to 14.
Shoot.
Which is only minus 121. I recommend that if you're betting on the Steelers. But I also might just sit on the under here.
40.5 is so low. But really, Ryan Finley can't score more than 12.
That would shock me. Because to score 12, you have to lead 4 scoring
Let's
drives.
see the team prop set at 12.5.
Maybe that's the play.
Under minus 104?
I guess what you're exposing yourself, though, to is like a pick 6.
Yeah.
Like one touchdown off the script and then a pick 6 later. That's what you're exposed to at 12.
Right. And the one thing that does terrify you as a Steelers punter is going to be the fact that Big Ben doesn't look right.
Which is why you don't love the 15.
No, you hate it. Hate it.
I think you love the under 40. This game is 21-10.
You used a trigger word. Why would you say you hate it? Someone tells me you hate it, it's uncomfortable to bet it. That's probably the right side here.
By the way, fade the Sweet Boys pick of the weekend. Clemson minus 10.5.
I mean, chef's kiss. That was beautiful.
I've never seen Andre laugh harder in my entire life, and this man laughs hard.
I mean, yeah, you asked Henry, and instantly Henry was like, "Wow, I like the Irish plus 10.5." I could.
This is what you guys were doing.
I lost it.
Well, it all started
Before
with
the
my buddy
show.
Sean, who is a loyal listener, texting me, "What do the Sweet Boys think of Clemson Notre Dame?"
I mean, it'd be perfect question to be asking that Saturday morning.
Yes.
Like a genius at work there. A genius at work.
Absolutely. So I turned to Henry and I say, "Hey, Hank, what do you think of Clemson Notre Dame game?" In the sweetest way possible, he's like, 10.5.
Oh, well.
Andre absolutely came
He
apart at
lost
the
it.
seams.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I mean, activate your mortgages when the Sweet Boys are that common.
Oh my God.
Truly, there's not much you can do with that one. First quarter, over 7.5. Do the Steelers score in 2 possessions? If you like the under, you do not like this. If you like the Bengals to cover the 15, you don't like this.
Yeah.
But if you think Ryan Finley's trash and they get their doors blown off them from the first moment till the end,
The conversation is over for me. The pick is under.
I just love a first quarter bet.
I know.
Like everyone's, obsessed with the first touchdown score. First quarter bet's the way to go.
That's very true.
There's nothing better than watching a primetime game and that money hitting the second quarter starts.
Henry, if you're watching, comment. If not, don't comment.
Yeah. And if you're watching and you comment, hi Adam would be the preferred comment. I would
anything. I just want to know if he's watching or not, and then I'll proceed from there.
The hi Adam.
He's probably he once
it's not worth explaining.
Broke into the comments and said that to us.
Okay, so what do you like on the player prop side of things?
Okay, let's get into this because it feels like we just talked him down. This does feel like a great fade Ryan Finley night. Under 189.5 yards.
For Ryan Finley?
Mm-hmm. Put me down. God bless you.
Bless you. Yeah, I like the under on that.
Touchdown passes under half. Plus 167.
If they're going to score,
man,
I think he has to throw it in.
Not a Gio Bernard. Now, if they're to score, I think Ryan Finley could sneak one in. That's plus 1,300.
That's interesting.
That's very interesting.
All right. I have an idea for a new bit here.
Lay it on me.
We're calling Henry.
Oh, no. He's probably like a Pac-12 media call.
He probably is.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, call's not going through.
Didn't realize it.
Here we go. It's ringing in case you can't hear. Hey, what's up? Hey, we're live on Bets right now.
Yeah.
We just needed to know what do you like tonight in Steelers Bengals?
I really don't like that you're asking me this. Yeah, funny. Well, I kind of like Juju first touchdown. That's the only bet that I'm like super comfortable with right now.
Okay. So you don't have a strong lean on the spread?
I kind of like the points of Cincinnati. If I had to pick a side right now, I'm probably just going to watch it live then.
All right.
I like it.
All right, Juju and Bengals and the points. Thanks, Hank.
Beautiful.
Yep,
bye.
Bye, Hank.
Always willing to play along.
Yeah, the best.
I kind of feel guilty about that.
I know. Me too, especially since he doesn't have a strong lean. Really, the sweet boys want to be faded with strong leans.
Yeah.
Also, I was thinking maybe in the off season I start going to high schools and like, who likes to play fantasy football, and then like run through the card with them. Like, oh, does that seem too low to you? That line seem too low to you? Maybe that's the way to go.
Okay, so he likes Juju first touchdown. That's more of a conviction than I have towards any first touchdown.
Lindsay said that's what I went with. Hank, let's go Juju.
Juju.
Need some good Juju.
Good Juju. Good Juju. No doubt about that. But there is that Chase Claypool. Thing is, either of them, they're just yak machines. They're not super great at anything else. So they're going to do a little bubble screen 2 yards away from the end zone and try to let them ram it in like that.
That's a classic Juju touchdown.
Or Chase
Claypool is more like a toss it up and let him go get it.
Yeah, but I've seen them do that with Claypool too.
Juju is like a scary power back when he gets the ball in his hands.
Oh, no, he's insane.
All right, back to the props.
Insane athlete, hands in his hands.
So we like the under on Finley yards. I don't think we need to go for the touchdowns because that's just you're putting too much.
The under on Finley yards, one of the 5 most bet on props of the night, according to DraftKings.
And people really like the under. This is not a fade the public under. Usually people hate the under. People like the under tonight.
Yeah.
What else do we have here?
Well, 56% of the money is on the over.
You hate to see this. This is the first quarterback I've seen with this line that's not named Drew Lock, which is also very sad.
Yeah.
Ryan Finley, you can't even get over 1 interception. You gotta pay for 2.
The people are dying at the sweet boys.
Do I though? He's never thrown 2 career interceptions in 1 game. He has 2 career interceptions in 3 starts.
You should call Justin.
On props, it doesn't work. It's really NFL
I know.
spreads.
I just want to know what his take on the spread is.
Oh,
If they're in line, I mean, you have to fade them.
Do it.
Call them up.
Plus 15?
No, Henry likes the 15.
Right. No, minus 15? That's the play. That's the play. Over 80% of bets and money are on the Steelers on the spread. That's the play.
Are you interested in fading Ben with how lame he's been recently?
I kind of am. Shit. No, see, doesn't work as a fade the public.
You can't fade the public at all. The public is everyone, the money, the public, everyone is in line on this one. It's Steelers and under. But you obviously can't put those together because your window for hitting the Steelers and under parlay is very small.
Yeah. Well, I'm focused on other things tonight, as you know.
Yeah.
The middling it, obviously, not like family stuff or anything crazy like that. Yeah.
Of course not.
Yeah. Well, it's Monday night after all. People really don't like the are hammering the Ben under 2.5 touchdowns. But they have no running backs. That seems unwise to me.
Yeah, I think they're going to score exactly 3 touchdowns, and all 3 of them will be thrown in.
So you say over plus 130.
Again, too small of a window for me. Like, if I thought they were going to score 5 touchdowns today, then I'd be interested in that. But, you know, this Bengals defense, I would call them frisky. They aren't good.
Yeah, they're frisky. Yeah.
They're just frisky enough to make me think it's not going to be a blowout, like, of epic proportions.
Well, the other thing is, when does a team like this start to give up, you know?
Right.
We're on to our third quarterback. Zach Taylor ain't it. Reports starting to come out. Zach Taylor not super well liked.
Really?
Yeah.
Does Joe Burrow like him? Because that's all that really matters.
I'm not sure.
Poor Joe Burrow. This game actually would have been cool if Joe Burrow was playing.
Would be great. I was thinking, what would the spread be if Joe Burrow? Like 8.5?
I think this is a 10-point downgrade.
And everyone's on the Bengals.
Yeah.
Everyone's on the Bengals.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we covered most of it here. Before we get to the rest, a shout out to DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, where you can get in on all this fun. And there's still the prop, or the prop. Is it a prop? Profit boost? I don't know. You can get any NBA team tomorrow, or most NBA teams tomorrow, plus 76 or plus 75. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. No team has ever lost in the NBA by more than 69 nice points. So you're pretty safe here.
That's crazy.
You're pretty safe.
76.
76 points.
Just don't take the Warriors.
Well, you can take whoever you want. It doesn't matter.
You could, but if there was anyone who's getting beat by like 40, it's the Warriors.
I don't think so.
No problem. I wouldn't bet on that.
I don't even think they're going to get beat at all.
Wow, against Brooklyn. Huh?
Yeah.
A little Steve Nash revenge game.
Oh, I do like Spencer Dinwiddie. Unfortunately, he's like the 7th option on that team now.
That's a shame. Chase Claypool scored the first touchdown. You get that boosted, but I'm not sure you can then insure it if you're getting that boost.
No insurance and boost together. Anyways.
So if you want to do the thing Allie likes to do and bet against yourself.
Oh, then use the other one.
Right. You'd insure
Tyler
Juju.
Boyd or something?
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah, you could do on the same side.
Like Eric Ebron you insure, then you take the Claypool yak.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, head over, DraftKings Sportsbook. Use the code DNVR when you sign up. Get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. And even more exciting news coming on that path as it relates to being a DNVR person and a DraftKings user. Stay tuned for that. But check your email. Of course, you must be 21 or older. Colorado only. Bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires a 25x playthrough, and restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Okay.
There's also boosted Bengals over 9.5 points. It's not even in the plus 200s. That's too much. I'm sorry. Under 9.5.
Oh, okay. Oh, so they think, well, that's why that's why we're staying away from the 12.
Plus 160. Yeah.
Because they know something. It's bait.
That's bait.
They're going to score 14.
I mean, it's hard not to score like 13 in the NFL.
1 touchdown, 2 field goals.
Come on, man. Just on the end of the first half, the end of the game alone, you're going to have an opportunity to get within field goal range. We need one other scoring drive the entire effing game.
I don't know if they have it in them, but
I mean, Ryan Finley.
If they score 14, Andre, the Steelers aren't covering this.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Is your under dead as well?
What is it? 14, that gives me 26 on the other side.
Do you have a change of heart?
No.
Do I double down on the Bengals? Is middling at the wrong? Is this going to be a really close game?
No, it's gonna be 27-13.
Wow. That'd be bad news bears for a lot of bettors.
Yeah, it would. That's why you sell that point if you want the Steelers.
Holy cow.
27-13, that's the final. It's an under and a just missed cover. But Ryan Finley does nothing ever.
This does, where Ryan's spot on is, this does feel like the kind of game where Vegas is going to be like on the money on both these numbers.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Unfortunately, I don't think you can do the home cooked in-game teaser.
Right, so
you can't get like Bengals plus 20 and under 40.5.
No?
Nope, I've tried. I'll try again just for the sake of the show here.
You parlay it?
We'll just do Steelers minus 29 and
can't you buy it up to like under 46?
Under 51.5. No, sorry, the outcomes cannot be parlayed.
They're on to us.
Yeah. So you can't do the home cooked.
Yeah, the home cooked parlay.
Home cooked tease parlay. But that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have everything in life.
Any good college basketball on today?
That's what I was scrolling through right now. Not really, aside from some Mountain West action that I'm not super familiar with. So I'll be locked into Monday Night Football.
You're not interested in Prairie View A&M taking on Washington State?
I am not.
Sacred Heart versus former College of Rich Scangarello, Wagner.
Wagner. I remember watching Wagner film fondly. Not interested. Don't know how good they are in basketball, nor in football, frankly.
What about Mississippi State versus Mississippi Valley State?
How many points must I lay?
You are laying 37 points.
Oh, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
Speaking of laying a bunch of points, Buffs with another easy cover last night.
Oh, in basketball, Washington is trash.
They are, and the Buffs, they have that UK transfer, Quade Green. Buffs threw Eli Parquet on him. Clamp City. The dude couldn't
do a thing.
He felt like Eli Parquet was wearing his clothes.
He'll have to go back to the United Kingdom and feel real sorry about him eating crumpets and fish and chips.
I was talking about
I know. I'm making a joke. But other people wouldn't have got it, so it's good you said that. Camera running low on battery. Just pointing that out.
Well, we are running low on show material to keep going. So that's a good time for us to wrap things up on DNVR Bets Daily. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in with us. I love seeing the commenters showing up every single day. We really love you guys. So
Andrew, Austin, Max, all regulars.
Legends.
Love it. Love it. Hit us with a thumbs up on YouTube if that's where you're watching. Otherwise, we will talk to you soon. Talk to you guys later.